This video is going to show you how to create your 3D name keychain in Autodesk Inventor. I'm not so concerned with this that you add dimensions. I can dimension it correctly when I get it to the 3D printer. You just need to make what you want, okay? So to save time in this video, I already did the first step. All I did to do this was I used the line tool and I made sure that all the lines were matched up. If you don't, then it's not going to extrude and that's going to cause you problems. So another thing you want to do is make sure that the words are connected in some way, so that way they actually print together. For example, this H and this C are barely together, so I'm going to go ahead right now and delete these lines, and I'm going to draw a line all the way through here. I can always go back and trim it up, but then I know when it gets to the 3D printing part that they'll be connected and the H isn't actually going to break off because it's not really connected. So once you have your letters there and they're a little bit overlapping, okay, I'm doing tech just to make this faster. You can make your letters look cool or smaller. I wouldn't do a whole lot of letters. It's just going to be harder for you. But once you've made your letters, then you're going to take the trim tool and you're going to trim out all these little excess things so it's all nicely connected and it'll all extrude at one time. Some people have been able to do it without, but I think just it makes your work easier. So once you know that the sketch is the way that you want it, and that looks right, and all my letters are connected, and I know all the lines are good, you want to hit Finish Sketch, okay? Now, when you extrude, if you click on it, it'll all pop out. If it doesn't like you click on it, it means your lines are messed up. And what you need to do is right-click, Edit Sketch, and figure out really closely where your lines weren't connected. But it looks like mine were pretty good because I was very careful in making my sketch. So I'm going to extrude it. That's kind of too big for a keychain. It doesn't look right. Just do this on look. You don't have to have the right dimensions. I can size it as long as it looks good, okay? So I still think this is too thick. I'm going to make this at 7 instead, okay? So then you have to decide where the keychain holder is going to go. I could put it on the T, but I'm actually going to go ahead and put mine on the H. Okay, so figure out where it's going to go, start a new 2D sketch, and select where you want this to go. Now this is going to be the little thing that hooks onto your keys. So I'm going to draw a box here. Doesn't really matter how big it is as long as it's looking right. Then I'm going to extrude it, and I think 7 is a little bit too big. I'm going to put 5. As long as it looks okay, that's all we're looking for. I can get the size right when I 3D print it. So then I need to make the hole here so it actually hooks onto my keychain. So I'm going to start another 2D sketch where I want the hole to go. Now I'm going to draw another box in here and I'm going to hit Finish Sketch, but this time we're going to extrude to cut. Okay? We want to make sure it goes all the way through. I'm going to make sure it goes all the way through by hitting 7. Just so I know that it actually goes all the way through, okay? Now, some people have really gotten into this, and they've actually filleted their edges so they're nice and round. They even went in here. I think that's too much, so I'm not going to do that one. But they actually filleted the edges so they look a little bit cooler. So however you want to do that, these are easy things you can do at the end. So now I've got my keychain ready to go. Once you've saved it, you can go ahead and I'll talk on Monday about how you're going to get it to me so I can 3D print it. But this is the video that basically shows you how to do it. You start with your 2D sketch, you extrude it, and then you work on where you're going to hook your keychain at.